Okay, so I'm back. There's apparently something that I did miss in my initial playthrough because I actually scrapped the footage here. I wandered around a little bit longer, and I think there was like one thing that I missed to get the happy ending. So I'm kind of locked into this bad ending, so to speak. So I think I literally have to kind of, I think I have to start all the way back. So, well, shit. I I I'll be back. All right, so apparently I got a non-spoiler guide here. Uh so apparently there was like one step that I completely missed. Apparently I met all of the other conditions for like the quote unquote good ending, but this one I messed up on. So I have to go here, solve this statue puzzle immediately, get the bit key, and then go all the way over here. Over here. Think? Yeah, because the bit key goes over here, I believe. Yeah, I was supposed to go here immediately after that. This wasn't here before!
Helena!
Keith? Oh my god! I can't believe I missed this! Holy shit, I'm stupid! Keith, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What about you?
Keith. Oh, Keith, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Helena, your leg's wounded. Hold on, I'll get over there.
Keith, I'm fine. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Helena? Wait, Helena, I'll be right there. Don't move from that spot.
Fine. I swear. I'll be fine. Wait for me, Keith. Don't worry,
Helena!
What caused her to freak out so much? Is it because there's blood on my body? Is that why she freaked out as much? Yeah, that actually makes some sense. Maybe she freaked out as soon as she saw the blood. I can't believe I fucking missed this! Okay. I am speeding through this. I am going to, because as you can see, 25, I'm gonna speed right through this. I'm gonna get all the way back over to where I last left off. Let's fucking finish this!
Isn't this?
Oh! Oh, shit! Hey! Well, you know, something different did happen because I actually got to experience that. I wonder what else happens differently now. See, now I'm like really curious. Like, I've been actually recording. Okay, I'm probably gonna be cutting off a lot of dead air here. I've been recording while I've been trying to take care of all of this, so I'm currently trying to make sure that I got everything right. Got the taser. Interesting how he probably makes me wonder how he even got the taser in the first place, which kind of puts me in the mind that either he got his hands on it or he has some connections that would let him have it immediately. I don't know. Dummy. Also, seriously, childish insult. Really? Keith, my poor darling. Watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. There you stood with your back against the edge. Now it's time that you finally learn. Need pride. Need peace. Go ahead, take it all. Oh, it's different! It is different! Okay. But don't you see? In the end, there'll be nothing left of you. God damn, there was something different. The other time it was a little bit more messed up, like she had grabbed his neck or something. But that time... Interesting. Ooh. Okay, we've already got everything here. Okay. Anything else that's different? Oh. Yeah. I might be able to actually see. Dead end. Yep. I remember this part. Okay. I think... okay. If anything new happens, I'm going to go ahead and skip right over to that. So I'll keep on doing this recording, but if I see something that I don't recognize, I will add on to this. So yeah. I feel really stupid. Wow. Okay, so because I missed something, that entire thing played just completely differently. Okay. See, now that makes me wonder what other things I missed. Apparently that one scene was, I'm sorry, that one thing where I get to see them behind the bars, that was the one thing that I was missing. And it ironically changed what I saw through here, which, again, it's got me thinking. I'm going to take a look around a little bit more. If there's anything else that is different, I'll probably go over that. But other than that, oh boy, skip time. Well, that didn't take very long at all. Okay, cool.
So I was on the inside of the cell.
Achievement unlocked, ready to be happy. Who was the one inside of the cell? Huh. I don't think there's anything gonna be really too much different about him talking about what happened to his son. But, like I said, oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I have already gone over, like, the topic about trauma and things that act as triggers. So, yeah, it's definitely not the, it's something that's not easy to go through. It's really bad. Now, here's the real question. I don't think this... I was going to say, does this actually play out different, or does something new come into place? But since this is a flashback, I don't think anything is going to be different here. It would be kind of weird if completionists suddenly change how the past occurs. Because, like I said, it makes sense for him to compartmentalize all of this stuff to protect himself, but unfortunately, it results in him not being there for the person who needs him. Because they need each other in this instance. They both need each other to grieve. And I feel like Keith has not been given the chance to properly grieve for the loss of his son. And also that comment, you're off loitering somewhere? And he didn't even get the chance to just say, my son is dead. Then his wife begging for him to come to her just to stay with her. It hurts. It really fucking hurts. What we're seeing right here is a broken man who was never given the chance to properly grieve for the loss of him. And it affected... More stuff! Oh, new stuff! Okay.
Lena, please don't leave without telling me. It makes me worry.
It's been a year now. You always stayed with me. You always supported me. But I can't do it. I can't stop the tears. You got back on your feet, but I can't do anything but cling to you. But I can't drag you down with my weakness anymore, so
know what I thought when I saw his body? I thought I failed. Can you believe that? That a parent would think that after losing a child. But it's true. Everyone has one leg in a coffin. If they aren't careful, they can easily fall in. No exceptions. I should have known that. But I didn't. I prayed that my family would be an exception. I wanted them to be there smiling at me forever. I saw him in the hospital. Something died in me. I wanted to kill the one who took my son from me. And you know, some people smile about the deaths of others. I lost all hesitation to punish those people. I thought if they were gone, it would all end.
All right. Oh, right there it is. The moment that his son died, that, right, like I said, that was the moment that caused him to change. It wasn't so much that he had become unemotional because of the line of work that he was in. It was that the loss of something so precious, something that he cared about so much, caused him snap in some regard. Where he wanted to take it out on criminals in general.
But it'll never end. I still hear someone scoffing at me, saying, "You couldn't even protect your own son."
It's not your fault.
That's what they all say.
No, it's what I really think.
Then what should I have done? I always felt like such a clown. He died while I was out running around trying to save others, so the audience just points at me and laughs. I didn't know anything anymore. Why I smiled, why I cried, why I got angry. I forgot how I even expressed those things. Even when I saw him dead, I didn't cry. Now it's just you. You're all I have left. I'll keep praying for a sunny day. Until then, I will be your umbrella.
We'll keep you from getting wet.
I don't care if I get wet. Elena, if you give up on me someday, then I want you to just forget about me. But please, for my sake, leave me alone.
Don't cry, Keith.
I never cry.
No. You're crying. You've always been crying. I'm sorry for pushing my complaints on you. I'll get stronger so I can protect you. Whatever happens, you're someone I never want to lose.
I'm scared of phones ringing. Someone's going to tell me about death in the family again. Ever since then, I haven't been able to answer calls.
Why'd your son die?
Driven by a truck. Never died instant. Couldn't blame anyone. I still have idiotic thoughts like, if I hadn't answered that call, maybe nothing would have even changed. If I'd been with him, maybe he'd still be alive and smiling. It's completely stupid. It'd changed nothing. What could I have done? I'm sorry for grabbing you. I was just... Go.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. No, you don't understand. You're clever, so you're trying to fool yourself, saying, it's not my fault to convince yourself of that. But you can't fully deceive yourself. Deep in your heart, you still blame yourself, so you desperately try to protect everyone, even people you've just met. Protecting people as a detective lets you make up for it. You can replace your guilt with pride and a sense of duty, but that isn't going to save you. Even if you only protect what you really feel is important, no one will blame you for it.
Don't act like you know so much. I'm only doing what I should be doing.
And you're deceiving yourself with it.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Then why is my son dead?
It's not your fault. Everyone has things they're powerless to help. So stop lying to yourself, please. Just forgive yourself.
Let's go.
We're not done yet. Go ahead and put in that code. The door's open! This wasn't open before when the legs tables had broke. Held on the floor. An old video camera. It appears to be busted. Got an old video camera. Blood. A few bloodstains were scattered on the floor. The old tableware is coated in dust. A stone oven. An odd clock. An old clock sitting on the wall. It doesn't seem to work. Shelves are filled with miscellaneous items. Okay! New stuff! What do I do with this camera? Does it have a videotape in it? There's a tape inside! Okay, oh, wait, there's a camera thing in here. Hold on. Okay, 57. 11. Okay. Sure, I look at everything. Get everything. Alright, let's see. At last, I finally got a hold of you. Oh dear, hurt all over, but what else could I do? You just wouldn't stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But, well, our game of tag's come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary, scary boogeyman. Are you relieved it's over, or are you still scared? Well, madam, do you want to run? You're an unbelievable idiot. Say again. I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared? You think I'm scared of you? Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you. What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what? You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me. I guess that was true. In all this time, you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him. I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is, but there is something I can do in all my weakness. If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth. You poor, stupid little boogeyman. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you. Go ahead, have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster, but I'll never let you bring my husband into it. You are a very... Don't you dare lay a hand on him! You are a very strong woman, Helena. Oh, you're dead. Oh, you are so... You talk too... Helena, you talk too much, Matt. I think that's a typo? That's terrible. Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby. Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry. Keith, are you listening? Keith, what are you staring? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip. Come on.
I'm awake. David, you look for Helena. He should be near.
Huh? What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to kill a monster. Oh.
I don't know if that was a typo, but having Helena say, I think that was probably a potential, maybe a misprint, but that would be a horrifying twist if the Boogeyman and Helena were basically the same person. I don't think that's the case, but that would be a heart-wrenching twist if that was the case. Right, it's not this way. Oh my god, it is. What the? The door's open. Well, I'll be damned. That's immediately, huh. All right.
Let's go.
Wait! Dad? Leave the door open! And don't turn out the lights in the hall!
Why?
The Boogeyman will come.
What kind of guy is this Boogeyman?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating. Hey, Boogie! You in there?
What the? Hey, let go! Dad? Dad!
Whew. He was a little tough, but I got him good. No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really? Oh my god, Keith is a dad. That is wholesome.
But I lie. Me and Mom are in the bedroom right there, you know. You still scared? Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the one with the fairies?
No way! I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit. Listen, Todd. If the Boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son.
Oh my god. Makes this hurt so much.
Did I leave the light on?
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good time. Blame it on the boogie. Have you ever thought about it, detective? Thought you have an enemy? Who or what it is you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head. But you know, there's something tormenting you. Always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer. Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So just making one enemy will do. I chose you as my enemy. Have I become yours? Well, either way, we're gonna settle this right here. Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife? What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't even remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all, in the sense that it was all a lie. You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me. You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice. Final boss. A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you. As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police. Because I'm not chasing you, you just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after, sorry, but it ain't you. That's right, it's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk. Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who just hides in the closet and threatens kids? And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy, I can tell. But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way. No one watching. So I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump. That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down. Don't you think, Boogie? Can't afford to laugh anymore, can you? Back to your closet, Boogieman. You don't have what it takes to make it over here.
Alright. With a thunderstorm rolling outside my house, let's beat him senseless.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny. So is this just a warm-up practice, or are you actually gonna attack? Oh, is that it? I was just about to have fun.
Yeah!
Come on, I thought you were tougher than that.
Is that it?
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny. Huh, I thought you were supposed to be scary. Come on, I thought you were tougher than that.
You had that coming.
Where do you think you're going, Lance? I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long. Did you forget what Keith said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own. Well, then after all said and done, we tell him we just did what he said. Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time. Don't joke about things like that. Sound like a joke to you? We got 2, maybe 3 corpses around here. What part of don't you get? Stop, you two! Don't fight!
We'll go search together. I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands, and Lance, you watch the rear.
Papa? You really want to go?
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
What do you mean?
Let's be going.
David. Helena! Where are you? Helena! Hey! She was locked up! Helena! David? Are you okay? That man knocked me out. I woke up here. I was unconscious the whole time. Keith! Helena! Keith, where are you?
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you. What's in that big head of yours? Oh. Brendan.
You lose. Detective. Keith! Good job, David. You're Brendan. Why? Stop moving around!
Keith! Helena!
We have to stop the bleeding. Lance! Richard, help me out!
Sophie! Find something to tie him with!
Keith!
Got you.
Keith? You...
Lena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation. No more running.
Oh, Keith, stay with me, please! Keith! Okay, we reached him in time, though. He has to survive. The servants and Stevie. 10 people died, all told. I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this, especially not to your co-workers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Whoa, bribery! Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort all the truth you want, and I won't say a peep, because that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too. I won't ask for money and I won't say a peep, because I'm grateful to the guy, so quit hounding me. But as an involved party, I got a right to know what happened there. Just can't wrap my head around it. It was Brendan. Damn. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of all the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the old movie biz. So, that was the motive? Motive? Damn it.
Guy's gone silent. Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes, but I bet you would hear a different story in Hollywood. Well, that's the kind of thing you lot should be writing about. Nobody knows people's pasts, usually. Well, it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting, and once you know somebody's past, you can lead them by the nose. He tricked you all and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but it was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees, and did a background check on me.
On you? Why?
Because I was going to be on that tour.
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell? So he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. Makes you superior to the other person so you can control them. Then they freak out and have to submit. You know that tactic well. Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it? In his case, he just used money and connections to get people's pasts and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates, so he just picked randomly? Damn, was he just in it for the fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can figure out this incident. Give me anything you got.
I'll think about it.
First, Brendan, or Boogie, rather. What kind of man was he? How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him. He had such terrifying things. He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster. He told me he was a real jester. Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things. Richard, you seem to have a suspicion he might be Brendan. Why do you think that? When my daughter went missing and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration. So if he did take Sophie, he'd show proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said. Keith said he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped. His corpse was quickly dropped into the basement.
Right.
Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
Easy. To throw away suspicion that it would be him. And it makes sense. It's a very common tactic for mysteries have it to where the actual suspect is the first person to die. And there's a very, very good, or not first, but maybe early, but to kind of get rid of them as on the suspect list. It's a very common tactic, believe it or not. It's something that I really should have paid attention to, but good twist, good twist.
Because he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspect this was a farce plotted by Brendan? No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest. So I didn't speak about it to Keith. Wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion. Mention, we didn't know whether his wife was safe. Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually. Was it a doll? Right you are, packed with neat little blood packets, it seems. Ah, makes sense. Brendan was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him. On top of all those flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below, so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course he'd think Brendan was killed too. If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner, but I was paralyzed with fear. Only worried about my daughter.
You can't blame yourself on this, Richard. You really can't, man. It's fine. Everything's okay.
Even when Keith was running all over the place for us. Don't worry about it. Keith did all that because he wanted to, that's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe. Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought, what you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake because I've met the real Boogieman.
You're damn right you have.
Sophie, stop it, not this tale again.
Fine if you say so, Papa, guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. I mean, the real Boogeyman sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder, but his hand was cold as ice. Right away I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Ha! So the Boogeyman's hands are cold, eh? I ought to tell that to my little squirts. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like you might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith. A little.
You still think that way now?
Not even, because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like, "Don't you worry your papa ever again."
Red paint? On his face? There was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he wore a paper bag with weird paint on it. And one more thing. Did you see any red graffiti in the castle? Saying stuff about monsters or ringtones?
No, I didn't. Okay, that was a visual hallucination that he was seeing. Okay, oh boy.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Don't get me wrong, I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
Probably overlying his guilt. I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
What do you mean?
Because people don't always see the same things you do.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm gonna report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
As for Keith, though... Yep, hospital from the looks of it.
When our son died, I thought my life was over too. I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then, but I do remember one thing. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay. Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I'd been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death. He was always supporting me, so he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger. Next time, I would protect him, since I wanted him to laugh again. But I couldn't. I couldn't repay anything to Keith. I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. No, it's not you. So even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed. Last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to go to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good. But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? Just been getting more and more wounded as you go along. You're propping Keith up too, Helena. He can fight day after day because he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say? Because he finally got what makes him happiest. But man, too much discrepancy between you guys' testimony and Keith's. God, just how am I going to report this to the department? Hey, Elena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I talk with him now?
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. At his son's grave. And I'm planning to head there myself.
Yep. It's the reverse of the flashback that we saw, I just realized.
Keith?
I always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing. Like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone. Even myself. I was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago. It was all garbage. But I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And when I saw you were safe, and you came up to me, finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad, and if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. Something seriously wrong with my head. Seems like it's gonna be a busy time. Gonna be so busy. I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser. I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees. You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce. Decide. I've decided. Haven't you too? We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet because it'll soon be sunny again.
Happy end. Some rain, some shine. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, we're getting all the voice cast. So, I'm going to give a little bit of a thing here. I feel like this one hit me as much as the Crooked Man did. Don't get me wrong, I like the Sandman, but I feel like both the Crooked Man and this one, they both resonated with me in a way. Oh, Dick Anderson was manly badass hero. But anyway, I realized there was this moment where I kind of had to stop there. I'm not really ready to talk about it, but let's just say that I could relate. And maybe not all the details are the same, but I could understand and grasp it. It was... It's on the same way with the Crooked Man. Both of these, because of my own personal experiences, I could relate heavily to both stories. Extremely well. So... I think that's something that makes me happy that I got the chance to play these games. Because of how well they did. So... to the developers of this, thank you. It was hard to get through. This was something that I resonated heavily with. Extremely well. And again, my compliments to the Sandman and the Crooked Man. This one definitely knocked it out of the park with it this time. No real supernatural stuff, for the most part. It was a very good twist to make me think that it was the Boogieman from the Sandman story, but no. It was just one flagrant psychopath that just wanted to fuck with us. But overall, I think I'm going to go brew myself some tea. This was I bet you the other endings you have to let characters die. I figured those would probably be game overs. Nah, I'm not gonna. This one definitely earned itself as like right above the Crooked Man and how much I love it. In terms of how much I... Congratulations on being the Boogeyman, and thank you for playing this game. Additionally, so if you played the two previous games in the series, I did. The game is fully voiced for the help of voice actors. Due to the author's fatigue, there's no bonus scenario. That's fine. But I did receive comments from each of the actors, so take that per door if you're interested. The Something Man series has come to a turning point. The general storyline ends in the next game. I have plans for serious and silly extra chapters afterwards, so please play those if you're interested. Lastly, once more, congratulations on beating the game. Thank you for playing. Oh, thank you for the actual enjoyment. This game has just been really, really fucking good. I think I'll keep this safe spot here. You know, let's see what we got here. Character bios. Everybody's favorite, Keith Barang, age 37. Ah, type AB blood. Local police inspector, rank detective 3. Okay, cold and unfazed but determined. He has an obsession with protecting people out of guilt over his son's death. Didn't want to become a detective at first, but met Helena while finding a college and ended up joining the force to win her over. Sharp-tongued, he often let things slip in front of his son, which his son would later imitate. Dick is his boss, but also like an undesired friend who gets along with the whole family. After the incident, he goes for counseling at Dick's suggestion. He hates liver. That's good. Helena Baring, Keith's wife. A gentle and lovable woman. Appears carefree but is strong at her core. She's highly expressive, laughing and crying often. She met Keith as a student and quickly married him after graduating college. A year later, they had a son. Suffered emotionally for years after her son's death, but has recovered by now. She doesn't eat meat, not because she's vegetarian, just because she hates it. Her hobby is collecting tea from all over the world. David, the crooked man's hero, works for a trading company. He's made a complete turn from his previous moodiness. Married to Shirley for 3 months now. They kept their names. An honest fellow, but extremely unlucky. He's athletic and strong, but a little slow on the uptake. He challenged his friend Paul to a chili dog contest, and Paul got gastritis, so he couldn't attend the tour. Scared of dogs due to a traumatic incident as a kid, where he was chased by one for an hour. Sophie Grenler, high school student, Richard's daughter, and the Sandman's heroine and a lively girl. Didn't like her dad for a long time, but they reconciled. Maybe as a result, she seems a little too attached lately. Somewhat cheekier than before, but still diligent as ever. Gets along well with David and Shirley has older friends. A little uneasy as girls at school are getting boyfriends. Not finding anyone she likes is her main worry for now. Loves ice cream. Who doesn't? Lactose intolerant, that's right. Lance Canal, ex-journalist, photographer, works for a small publisher, snarky about everything, but can get freaked out easily. As a journalist, he chased incidents to write articles, and though sarcastic, he was known to hit the mark. Dislikes the police due to what drove him out of journalism. Thinking about making some passes at Helena and getting Keith angry at him to cause a scene. Of course he was. Richard Grundler. Works for a credit company. Diligent and cheerful, but has a timid side. Rather compassionate and sentimental. His daughter often blinds him to all else. Been over 10 years since losing his wife, but he has no intention of remarrying. He mistook David for Sophie's boyfriend at first and got angry, but that's been cleared up, and they all get along now. Okay. A real drinker who collects drinks. He likes scotch best. He actually suspected the boogeyman was Brendan, but was too focused on his daughter to tell Keith. Fair enough, typo. Shirley Weber, David's wife, a pharmacist, beautiful, strong-willed, and hates to rely on anyone and tries to do it all herself. She often fights with David, fawns over Sophie like a little sister. Well, what relationship is without little fights? As long as they're not like crazy, like just minor arguments, it's fine. Dick Anderson, age 39, 6'6". He's 2 inches higher than me. Local police manager, rank lieutenant the first. Keith's, our first lieutenant. Keith's direct boss who understands him well. He has a wife and 2 children. His stature and face frighten people, but he's gentle and doesn't raise his voice over little things. Gets along with both Keith and Helena. Okay. Eric Simpson, I'm sorry, Everett. Local detective, Keith's subordinate. Ambitious, but hates to do busy work. His laziness got him stuck with the scariest 2 at the station. Dick and Keith, but it's, he had to prove effective. When David was taken in a while back, he questioned him. He sympathized with him, and was a bit relieved to learn he was alright after that incident. Okay. Stevie Small. Tour conductor for the agency North American Travel. Became a member of the Livingstone Castle Project and decided to run this test tour. He and the castle's 9 servants ended up at Brendan Dumont's murder victims. Born in Connecticut, and 3 hours. Odd bearing. Keith and Helena's son. Kind of timid, but cheery and honest. Clever and alas. We learned the bad words Keith used. Age 5, he was over by. Sandman? Hold on. What? An actual bonus scene?
How many times have we come here again?
5, I think.
Ugh, can't stand it. We told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best, and it's been a month now. This must be the last time, I'm sure of it. Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Orange juice.
Very well, I'll go buy some.
Thanks. Hmm. Hey. Those dogs attacked me? You saved me, right? The Sandman! Did the Sandman intervene and help her? I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly. Aww. Thanks. I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne. And Regan. Well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me. Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies?
Sorry to butt in. Are those a pair of floating eyes over there?
Ah, hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
I'm not daydreaming. To keep it between us, but I've met some fairies. So you don't believe me?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a handful of dandruff. Or, always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles. The Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
I'm gonna kick you in the balls now.
Wait, what was that?
Why won't you believe me?
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, I think. But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy pink ones.
What'd you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away. Huh? You angry? Oh, better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
Oh my god, Keith!
Ugh! What's wrong?
I haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. Oh god, it's weird.
Oh my god, Sandman! He's not letting him sleep. That's good revenge right there. That is good revenge. You really need to work on your attack there, Keith.
You take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics, sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
Maybe some exercise would have been.
You had that coming, Keith. You had that coming, and you know it. Oh, good job, Sandman. Good job on you. Strange Men Series number 1, The Crooked Man. Number 4, The Hanged Man. Sandman. Well, this is the VIP room for the fully voiced version's voice actors, as well as the translator. You can hear about everyone's other products and thoughts on acting in this game. Really?
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're playing this. My name is Winter Johnson, and I'm the voice of Richard Grundler. Congratulations on getting through this story of death, fear, and loss. I hope the emotional scars will fade in time.
Oh, don't worry. Like all pain, they will.
Working on this game has been a very fun experience for me, and working with the developer has been a delight. She has been very encouraging and reasonable, yet is not afraid to mention when something needs reworking. Seeing the story grow and watching these characters develop and change and fight and die has been fascinating to watch. As an actor, I am so happy to have been given the opportunity to help bring the story to life.
That's good.
I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I did acting in it.
Oh yeah, I did. Winter also voiced the Doctor. Oh damn! Nice.
Hi, I'm Chocolate. I do the voice of Sophie. I'm really glad I got to be in this game, especially that I got to play Sophie. I really related to her story in The Sandman, so it's just really awesome that I'm doing her voice, you know? I'm also working on a game, though it has a long way to go before it's finished. It's called Dollhouse, and it'll also be a puzzle exploration type game.
Dollhouse, huh?
Hello, I'm Manly Badass Hero, the voice of Dick Anderson.
Yeah, I know you're a YouTuber. I know you.
I've been a big fan of the Strange Men series, so when I saw there was auditions, I sent some improv and general recordings, and not only was I accepted, I also found out Uri was a fan of my playthroughs of her games, which needless to say made me feel a bit giddy. Personally, I've liked the games not only because of their similarities to things like Silent Hill, but also that they're relatable to people with depression.
Yep.
Whether or not you're an adult or a young person, I think dark times in your life can really change your perspective on the world, and sometimes this makes you a crooked man.
Yep.
Anyway, I've been glad to help work on this project, and until next time, thanks for playing.
Hey there, this is Cyril, and I voiced Eric. I hope you enjoyed the game, and what a great game it was, right? Thanks to everyone who worked on it, especially Yuri. This was my first try at voice acting, so I hope you liked it. It was such a great experience for me.
This makes me feel kind of bad that I turned off the voice acting just so I could do things in my own voices, but you know what? It's kind of nice of the game developers to actually put in this little room specifically for people of the voice acting. Which, again, it does make me feel bad, sort of, for indulging in doing my own voices for it, but it still felt good being able to actually hear them, and the fact that there's literally a room dedicated to them sharing their experiences working on it, that's very nice. I like it when games do that, which I just realized there's not many games that actually do this sort of thing. Like, could you imagine if somebody did that for like a game like Tales of the Abyss, where after you beat the game, there's like an extra in like some, like, go to the title, there's an extra mode, you hit the extra, and then all of a sudden you're loaded into a place with all the character models, and it's the voice actors speaking as their characters, talking about what it was like working with the game, or I don't know. I think stuff like that would be neat. It would be nice.
Moving on, I'm a freelance artist. If you're interested in seeing my work, then just visit my website. A real amazing thing this was for me, and I hope that it was for you as well.
Guess I'm gonna look up Cyan Roll.
Take care, player. Until next time.
Of course.
Heya, Serenity Harper here, the voice of Helena Baring. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on beating the game. I hope you had fun playing and liked the ending, or endings you got. It's been a great pleasure and an honor to work on this project alongside everyone. I never expected to get Helena's role since it's my first time voice acting, and to tell you the truth, my audition was very messy. I have quite a lot of things to talk about, but in order to avoid bogging down players with minutes upon minutes of talking, I have written my overall thoughts about the game down on my blog. It will be made available once people have reached this to avoid spoiling stuff. For those who are interested in reading it, the blog is helenabaring.tumblr.com.
Okay.
Thank you so much again for playing the Boogieman. If you ever want to talk, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Serene Harper. I'll give you warm hugs and pats on the back for a job well done. Alright, that sounds weird.
Just a
Right,
little.
anyways, take care always and catch you later.
Just a little bit. Okay, what did the kids sound like? Because I didn't have the voice acting on for that, so.
Hey there. I was actually thinking about saying I'm not actually the voice actor of Toad, but in the end, nah. So, great thanks to Uri, the great game's equally great creator, who was also really sweet along the creation of the game, Visual Person, Her Majesty the Translator Queen, and the voice actors, who helped bring this together with their lovely voices. It was a pleasure to work with all of them. And of course, we can't forget you. Good job for getting the good ending, by the way.
I got the bad ending first, but yes.
Oh, and just a note. If I do something the later days, it probably won't be in the same name. Something like Nobody maybe. I have a Twitter with that name, but then again, who knows. Anyways, thank you. I love you.
Hello everyone, my name is Max. To most people on the internet, I'm known as Blue Neon Light Show. On YouTube, I go by Epsilon, and I voice Keith for this game. Yeah, I know. Lots of names. This was the first time I tried voice acting, so yeah. Sorry if I didn't do as good of a job as I could have.
No, it's
It's
fine.
really been an honor doing this for Yuri. I honestly didn't expect getting the part.
Well, lines I got to listen to you do, they actually sounded really good. And I'm gonna be looking up, like, I guess I could go back to those previous moments when you're about to go to a Beatdown, the Boogieman. I'll probably re-listen to that.
Some friends on Skype said that they were trying out for the Boogieman, and I thought it would be fun to try. Turns out, Yuri liked my voice, so imagine my surprise when I actually got the part.
Yeah.
I really like playing the role as Keith. I always like the cold-hearted characters that work on the side of justice, and is willing to do anything to save the day. Kinda like Jack Bauer, I guess. Or Batman.
Batman.
Anyway, please try out the other games whenever you get the chance. There's the Sandman, the Crooked Man. I mean, go and check them out if you haven't yet.
I wish I could try out one of these things where I could kind of do voice acting, but I never really find anything good.
Thank you for playing through the game, keeping me alive, and more importantly, thank you for saving my life. I'm sure Serene will be happy that you saved Helena too. Unless you got the other 4 endings first.
Nope, I just got one.
Then, anyway, feel free to talk to any of us. We all have Skype. Mine is neon.l.show. I should probably stop talking now. Congratulations, and good night.
Nice.
Hello everyone, I'm Ro, the voice of David Hoover. First, thank you for playing the Boogieman. I hope you had as much fun playing as I did voicing in it.
You did a good job with it.
Thank you Uri for making this game, and thank you VG Person for translating it, helping Uri, and making some 2D Japanese indie horror games available for English speakers to play. So, I initially came upon Uri's games on VG Person's website. The first of these that I played was The Crooked Man. On my first playthrough, I spoke out all of David's lines to myself, just for fun. I quite liked David's everyman character. He was someone we could all relate to because of the things he'd done and seen. He's also really kind and loves to help.
Mm-hmm.
He's the kind of soft-spoken protagonist that everyone loves, or loves to hate, which you see often in anime and manga.
True.
Despite being an avid fan of anime and manga, I found it hard to capture that kind of character with my voice.
True. It is not easy. There are certain types that are easier to, portray with your voice, and others are harder.
When I auditioned for a role in The Boogieman, I had no idea it would be a game that ties together all the characters of Uri's previous other games. So, when I learned that I would be the voice of my favorite character, I was very thrilled. Now I am David Hoover. I have a very, very old YouTube channel that I've never uploaded to before, but I'm going to start uploading voice acting clips, games, and whatever I can think of there.
Hey!
It is youtube.com/Rokuro. That's ROUKURO. And yes, I know I spelled that particular name wrong. It won't have much for now, but I'll be uploading more as time passes, and hopefully people will like it.
Alright, and print screened? Okay.
Oh, and if you want me to voice act for your game or project, feel free to send me a message at that channel.
Nice.
Hello, this is Adoxographist, and I am the voice actress for Shirley, who is a cool chick who's tough and dependable. And I'm not like that at all, because I'm a big weenie baby, and I get scared really easily, so...
You did a good job! You're a really fitting voice for her, just saying.
so that's where I'm at. Either way, it's been a lot of fun doing voice work for this project. I'm sad that I don't have anything more to record, but I am also happy to see it all come together beautifully, Voltron-like.
Ah!
I don't know what Voltron is in Japanese. Never mind. Yeah.
Author's note, apparently it's Beast King Go Lion. Really? That's what...
So I guess a bit about me. I'm a doxographist. I'm from Canada. I speak English and I speak French as well. I don't really do voice acting in French though. But, bonjour, ça c'est mon français. Je suis bilingue. Français-anglais, mais mon anglais est supérieur que mon français. Meilleur, peux-je dire.
Holy shit! I didn't understand a word of that!
Yeah, so, I've been voice acting for maybe about 3 to 4 years, around that ballpark. And, mostly I voice deeper women, tough chicks! Ugh! I voice a lot of young boys, I voice some tomboy girls, that kind of stuff.
You probably do that, yeah.
The main project that I do is Let's Read Homestuck on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Which is a comic dub of a webcomic called Homestuck. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but I voice Jade Harley.
Oh my god.
Jade Harley, who is a high-pitched girl, and it's kind of different from my regular voice, but whatever.
Very good. You got the throat controls there with voice acting. You know what to do with that.
Very good.
I do a lot of comic dubs with the group that produces Let's Read Homestuck. It's called Collab HQ if you want to look it up. And yeah, I don't know if I have much to add. I've done voice work for a couple of games, but mostly what I do is I do motion comics and I do comic dubs. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed playing the game. I hope you got spooked. You got your willies Jimmy wrestled, scared. You know, expressions meaning you got frightened. And yeah, sorry, this is I'm not great at talking about myself, but either way, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Later.
She's got that good energy. She's got the good energy for that.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse, aka Stevie, and thanks for playing the Boogieman. I've had a fantastic time working on this project, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. As a last note, I just want to give you all a recommendation to look out for future titles from Electric Pop Studios, a game designing group I'm a part of. We're in the beginning stages, so we haven't released anything yet, but hopefully we'll be getting started on that soon. Hope you all enjoyed listening to me die. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay, you did a good.
Hello, this is Nervous from misanthropop.com, aka Lance Canal. I'm recording this with help from my new assistant, Borscht. Say hi, Borscht. I've been a fan of both Uri and VG Person's output for a couple of years now, so it really was a pleasure and an honor to spend the last year working on the Boogieman alongside them. I've also met a lot of interesting and lovely people from all over the world in the form of my fellow actors and actresses. I suppose Lance would say, "What do you want from me? I've done my job already, give me a break." But I'd really like to thank Uri and VG Person for the wonderful opportunity that they gave me, and I hope we can all work together again someday.
Good. That's good.
I'd also like to thank you for playing the game, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
I damn well enjoyed it to the fullest. It is right up there with the Crooked Men in terms of how much I love it.
Hi, I'm the Overlord Bear. You can call me Tob or Tobby, or maybe Tobbs. I know. What do you want to call me?
Tobbs.
Anyway, I voiced Rendu Damat here in Uri-san's The Boogieman. I'd like to thank Uri-san for letting me be in this project. I'm glad to be a part of the making of an awesome game in Uri-san's awesome Strange Men series, and I'm glad that I have met and made friends with certain people in the production group.
Ah, you're the bad guy!
How difficult was figuring out the puzzles in the game?
Quite.
How difficult was figuring out the identity of the person behind the mask of the fake Boogieman?
Quite.
I'd like to know, though I think Uri-san would like to know that and more of your thoughts about the game even more.
Overall, I really kind of lost focus on the mystery itself, trying to figure out who the Boogieman was, and at this point, I was more kind of getting into the shoes of Keith, relating to him on that emotional level, as well as having a shared experience with him. Granted, again, like I said, details absolutely different, like circumstances completely different, but we both experienced some level of trauma. So I felt good kind of being able to explore that and share what it's like so other people can kind of understand.
Also, I'd like to say that if I were a character in the TBM story, I think Brendan would probably do one of three things. Number 1, place me at main character level, maybe even at protagonist level considering my liking for heroism. Number 2, turn me into a butt monkey that doesn't get killed during the plot but gets tortured for comedy, for Brendan at least, a lot because of my social awkwardness. And 3, kill me because I was pretty nosy and then ended up knowing too much about his plans. Maybe you would do a mix of the 3 choices. Indeed, being one of Brendan's victims is a freaking scary thought.
Absolutely.
Oh, and I'd like to know your honest constructive feedback on my voice acting. Also, if you want to know more about me, please go to theoverlordbear.wordpress.com. Oh, and maybe you'll find something interesting if you go to brennan'scastle.tumblr.com.
I just might do that.
Now, excuse me while I take over and renovate a certain blonde Two-Face's castle.
I beg your pardon?
Hello, I'm the voice for the Boogieman. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Dave Ossity, the voice of the Boogieman, but you could just call me Dave. I must say, it was an honor to be able to work with Uri and all the other actors and actresses on this game.
I think that was a good idea that they gave the Boogieman a different voice actor, because some voice actors can't really change their voice to where it is differentiated from their I feel like the reason I think it's a good thing they did that, because if they hadn't done that, there was a chance that people would have been able to figure out who the Boogieman was much earlier because he sounds like Brendan. Potentially. But it's like that level of octave. Like, even if I'm talking like this, you can kind of tell that this is also one of my voices. You can tell that if you listen to this, it is me.
Or if you're talking like this, you can definitely tell that it's me.
Like, some voices,
arguably a little bit more different, to try to differentiate. Basically, the more bombastic you become, the harder it is for people to link you to that. But there's a certain octave, certain thing that is evoked from a voice, that makes it recognizable to some people. So even if they do sound different,
you can kind of still tell who the hell is speaking. Kind of. Also, good job.
I've been a big fan of Uri's games for some time, and when I saw that she was having an audition for a new project, I thought I might try out for a role. I'm not a professional voice actor, in my opinion.
No, the little that I got to listen to you as the Boogieman, you did a damn good job.
But I have done some voiceover work in my past, and I have done some scary story readings. You can find them on YouTube if you're interested. Just search on my name. Anyway, I auditioned and now I'm here in Uri's game.
Good job. I'm probably going to play this again just so I can hear all of the voice acting on its own.
I really enjoyed bringing her character, the Boogieman, to life. Helping Uri create this game was a fun and rewarding experience for me, and I'm very glad to have been a part of it.
And ironically, this kind of makes me feel bad that I turned off the voice acting to do it on my own, because now I legitimately feel bad. I feel like I've insulted the hard work that they put into this. God, it's kind of like that same sort of bad feeling I got whenever I completed Octopath, because there's legitimately good voice acting in that, and I had that turned off, and I feel like, oh god, I feel...
I'm also glad that you decided to play this game and have made it this far. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed playing the Boogieman.
Well, wait. Here, I have comments from the translator VG Person, who is a crucial helper in the development of the Boogieman. VG Person translates most of my games to English and conveys announcements to English fans. And she always works blazing fast. When she translated the Sandman in just a couple of days, I could have gotten down to the ground and licked her shoes. So then, her comment. Hi, it's VG Person. If you played the previous games in the series in English, you probably know of me. I translated those too, is why. This time I helped Yuri, though, through development, to realize her dream of having English voice acting. She's very grateful, as you can see, and insisted I get to make comments here, too. Why these comments are different in the Japanese version, really boring stuff. Most Japanese players wouldn't have any idea who I am, is the thing. Yuri mentioned the idea of English voice acting on Twitter, and I was wondering if she wanted my help with it, so I figured I should make the offer. Maybe it was more of an idle thought than it seemed, but ultimately it happened. To make a 1.5 year long story short, too late, I helped with all things English and development. Though Yuri did try to take care of some things herself, so as not to bother me too much. As you might have noticed, well, hey, it's been part of the charm since TCM. Seriously though, she did plenty of coordination with the actress by herself unless it was complicated. There were challenges. I've never translated anything that was going to be voice acted before, didn't always have full context. Yuri had issues writing scripts in a timely fashion, etc. If there's next time though, it should go better. But all that said, Yuri, while you may have apologized for making me translate like 200 lines of dialogue every time you send a script, if you're ever sorry about bothering me because I must be busy, don't worry, I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for making this game. Well, with that, I guess we have completed it. We have completed the Boogie. Whoa. The full text of the voice actor's messages on the author's website. Well. And with that, we have completed the Boogieman. All that's left now, Hanged Man. And that's probably going to be a journey on it. But with all that said and done, thank you all very much for joining me on this series. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. I will see all of you